time in YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. We are reviving TCGO battles, and we are taking on a good friend of mine, UncleDorky, so please give him some good old hype in the channel, because I don't think he's, well, I can link his YouTube if you guys want. He doesn't really do Pokemon content, but I can link his channel regardless. Either way, we are going to head into this. We're going to be doing this series very differently. First off, there will be no expected dates on this like I did prior. This way there's no forced battles on myself. It makes it a little easier for me to record. And I won't be using a straight up deck for the entire week. I'll be just using a deck that I've already created that you guys have seen, and you guys can see it in a best 2 of 3 scenario. So today we are going to be using Decidueye-GX, which we actually broadcasted last week. I think that'll be a really cool, interesting way of starting this series off with a deck that you guys seem to like. But with that though, I'm just going to quickly head on over to this one. There we go. Good old UncleDorky, and we'll get this game rolling, shall we? There it is. Decidueye-GX. Okay. My buddy here, his deck is called Darkness Rising, he's called it. So I'm going to wish him good luck. Unfortunately, I don't know if there's much chat on here, but we're going to see if we can kind of come through. Now, we're going to call this coin toss here, and it's going to be tails. And we actually get to go first here, which is very good because it means I get that opportunity to evolve, potentially get some easy first turn damage off, and we're going to get nothing. No basics whatsoever. My opponent got nothing as well, so it kind of is a nice, easy leeway to the start. This is a best 2 of 3 scenario, so my opponent will be able to easily tell what I'm playing in the next 2 matches and kind of work around it. My opponent had to mulligan again. So we are going to start with the Trevenant in front, because that's exactly what we want. We want a Rowlet down. We have no additional Pokemon. Unfortunately, we haven't got much else going for us either. We are going to see a Bent Spoon, Enhanced Hammer, some Dark Energy. We saw a Malamar in the previous hand, so I still don't really know what my opponent is playing, but he's very proud of this one. He says he's almost hit 1,000 times he's played this deck, so that's why I said, you know what? We'll play through this one. We'll have a great time doing it. We get a Lysander as our only supporter, and it's going to be Darkrai EX, Yveltal EX, so this is a very scary matchup. I am going to drop a Grass Energy down onto Trevenant, drop a Floatstone onto the Rowlet. Am I going to have to Ultra Ball here already? Okay, let's Ultra Ball. We're going to get rid of the Lysander and the Grass Energy. I'm going to grab that Shaman. I need to get a ton of cards here. Like, I need a lot of support. At least to force the Giant Plants. Because then I could potentially get a Decidueye. I don't get any of that. We're having a very bad start to this game. Alright, we're done. You guys see what my opponent has to play here? We already know that Darkrai is a very powerful foe. He got rid of both, and he's going for that good old Crushing Hammer. We are not playing Standard, apparently, so this is going to be bad, because I forgot that Megaphone is in this. Thankfully, we can just easily get rid of the Dark Energy. We can evolve my Dartrix. Floatstones really don't hurt me too much. And I'm going to go for a Dark Forest. I don't have any reason to go for too much else right now. And the reason for that is because I just can't evolve. Now, I will easily get rid of some of those energies next turn. My opponent is playing the other Darkrai as well, which has Dark Cloak. We do get the Forest of Giant Plants here, so I am going to have to sacrifice both of these to get some damage out. Is there anything else? I don't have another Shaman, so we are going to go for a Decidueye here. I have a very bad start to this lineup. Very, very bad start. The Decidueye is going to come in. We are going to go for a Feather Arrow and start dealing some damage. That Darkrai in the back still has 180 as well. We have the Dark Forest. We're going to get hit with a lot of damage. But thankfully, our opponent does not have a lot of Dark Energies out right now. We do see a Max Elixir. Does it hit? It does. So we're going to see a Dark Energy hit the Darkrai in the back, and he's going to pass the turn. I'm just going to Team Flare Grunt. Get rid of that thing. We are going to go with the Feather Arrow. We're going to hit this Darkrai. So we're going to see that we are scaling quite nicely. Dark Forest is going to hit. It's going to do up to our 100 mark. And we're probably going to get rid of this good old Darkrai in about 2 turns. If everything goes according to plan. We do see a Dark Energy hit the back. And we're going to see a Grass Energy on our side. I'm going to go with the Grass Energy onto the Decidueye. In case something happens to Trevenant, I can at least go for a Hollow Hunt and put a few cards back into my deck, or into my hand. With that being said, I'm going to hit the Darkrai in front for 20. And the Dark Forest can go off as well. Now, we are both down to pretty much no cards whatsoever. I don't have an N. We're going to see a Sneasel on my opponent's side. Now, what's nice about Lil Mons are they're very easy to pick off. I can keep this via Seeker for the Team Flare Grunt. And we are going to just start picking off that Sneasel. I don't want to get in the head. We'll hit it for 20. It'll take 3 turns. And we can Dark Forest here, keeping this Darkrai in. And potentially get my opponent down a few ones here. Gotta hit everything as best as we can. We see the Trainer's Mail. My opponent will get the opportunity to choose from one of the 4 cards. If one of them is a Trainer's card, put it into their hand. And we see the Max Elixir, which is not a good idea for me. The Max Elixir is going to get played, and are we going to see a Pokemon come through? It's going to be a Dark Energy onto that Yveltal. Thankfully, we don't play a high energy count, so we'll be able to kind of counterbalance this. We don't have anything to really Ultra Ball out of, so we're just going to hit the... What do I hit? Let's hit the Yveltal, get a little bit of chip damage down on it. And we're going to Dark Forest, which will knock out the Darkrai here. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. No, 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 no. I should have easily taken out... I made a misplay. What I should have done is Decidueyed the Darkrai, and then I could have locked in and taken out the energy on this good old-fashioned Yveltal. But that was a mistake on my part. I know it now. I saw it. It happened. The Evil Ball is going to come through for 80. But we are going to get rid of one of those fantastic energies. Because it's really all we can do. Actually, I'm going to Lysander in that other Darkrai. And just start pinging off this good old Yveltal. So we're going to Lysander up the Darkrai. We're going to ping this guy back here out. I have a Sycamore, so I have the opportunity to draw a few more cards. But I don't want to just use that yet. I do want to keep this Darkrai at bay, and it's going to be locked in. So if I can get rid of the energy, it will not be able to attack me. We see another Darkrai on the bench. Pokemon Center Lady is going to heal off all that damage we've done to the Yveltal, which is fine. We see a VS Seeker, and the Pokemon Center Lady returns to his hand. We see a Crushing Hammer. This might change the game up right now. We are going to get rid of... I'm actually going to opt to get rid of the Yveltal's energy, too. We can get rid of the Darkness energy. And then we're going to VS Seeker, since I'm going to have to get rid of it anyway. And we're going to hit up this good old Team Flare Grunt and get rid of that Dark Energy on my opponent's Darkrai. So, I'm going to pick up some more damage onto this Yveltal. I know he's going to be able to... Like, if I went for the Sneasel right now, he'd just heal it. That's fine. He can heal off the Darkrai all he wants. I'm leaving it in here for a reason. We can go for a Dark Force here, and he cannot retreat. Cannot retreat. This deck is getting a ton of energy neglection right now, which is fantastic. Ben Spoon goes on to the Yveltal in the back. Should have put it on the Darkrai because I would not be able to go with the retreat. So I do have the upper hand there, knowledge on that part. I have 2 Dartrix going. I know your Pokemon Center Lady is what's in front. Oh no, you got rid of it. We're gonna hit... This is gonna be a long episode for best 2 of 3. We're gonna hit the Sneasel. Just knock it out. Let's go for the Sycamore. And potentially get a few Rowlets here. Maybe some other opportunities. Which never happened here. We have a Crushing Hammer, which we'll take. Try and get rid of that last energy on the back. Let's see if this works. It does not, which is fine. My opponent has been sitting here with very little energy as it is, so it's kind of fine. It's fine by me. We are going to get a Float Stone here, and it is going to go onto my Decidueye in the back, just in case. But with that, we are just going to go with another 20 damage onto the Darkrai. We'll be able to pick up a knockout onto the Sneasel this turn, and we're going to have some nice damage down on this Darkrai. Now, that Bent Spoon is going to be something we need to watch out for. We see the Via Seeker. My opponent is going to go for the Pokemon Center Lady, and just heals off the Sneasel. Okay, that's fine. I really don't have a play I need to make. As much as I want to get more Decidueyes out, I can go for a Timer Ball. I get 1, and what's great here... Oh, I need to get those... Those Dartrix are really important right now. Okay, I cannot get another full Rowlet line until I can get those Dartrix out of the discard pile. That's not cool. We are... Hold on. I still have 20 damage here. My opponent has no cards in hand. I want to get rid of that Inkay because that is an energy killer. And it's got 60 HP. The Darkrai here is very, very much weak. And I will easily just Lysander out the other one before I knock this one out. Fighting Fairy Belt onto the Inkay. That's a weird play. It's a weird play. There are 1, 2. We get 2 full evolutions here, but again, there are no Dartrix. If I could get Dartrix right now, that would be awesome. But sadly, there's not much I can do. So we are going to go with the 20 damage to the Inkay in the back. We are going to go with the Dark Forest onto the Darkrai. And it's going to keep my opponent still in. We're very much stalling. These are very big mons. Gotta remember that. So we do see the energy drop onto the Yveltal in the back. We have a Grass Energy, which we can just drop onto Rowlet. I don't remember if I put a Super Rod in here. No, I don't. Okay. We're keeping ourselves at bay. Gonna get rid of this Inkay eventually. It is sitting at 60, so it's got 2 more turns. And we're just gonna Dark Forest. Just gonna Dark Forest. My opponent is down to 2 energies left on the Yveltal, and he's top decking. So right now, we are in a very good spot because we can actually fully go for cards and do whatever we want to do. We see another Trevenant, which will just drop down right here. And, yeah, we're just going to go with the nice Feather Arrow. Go with this one here. I could actually just start pinging this one, because we are going to eventually hit this Darkrai with the Lysander. But I'm so close to it now that I can hopefully get that Super Rod out of the prizes if it's there. I don't know what's happening with this card. If it's in the deck, where it is, I don't know. But I do need these Dartrixes. They need to come back. We see the Ninja Boy still has the same effects. I wonder what my opponent is switching. It does go into a Darkrai. That is a very good play, and I need to focus on that one. But it's okay. We have another Trevenant fully ready to go. Again, these 3 Decidueyes are just kind of chilling here until we can figure out what's going on. Now, I really just want to hit this guy, because we are going to Lysander him in next turn. You have 1 more hit. Dark Forest. We'll Lysander in. Lock him in. And then we just can keep on pelting that one Darkrai. That's all we'll have to do. My opponent can't do much else after that. Crushing Hammer! And it fails! Oh, my opponent, I'm sorry. That was actually the best time for you to get a Crushing Hammer, because I can't get that Trevenant out of there. Hold on. Cancel? I can't cancel. Well, we're just gonna have to hit this guy for now. We're gonna actually pull it in. I made a misplay, but it's not the end of the world. We are gonna go with the Dark Forest and trap this one in. And then next turn, I'll be able to claim my knockout on that Darkrai. But unfortunately, my opponent does depend a lot on the full retreats. He's not getting that opportunity. Does get a third energy onto the Yveltal, but unfortunately, that Yveltal is just not going to see play. That Yveltal is not going to see play. We get a VS Seeker end. I'm going to get the VS Seeker. Not that it will matter. My Decidueye is going to pick up the knockout onto the good old Darkrai in the back, and this is going to keep my opponent from getting retreat lead. We are going to get a Dartrix. Ooh, we got a Dartrix! I can't evolve fully yet, but I did get one. That is actually really big, because I can start pelting this good old Darkrai in the front for a lot more damage next turn. So we take 20. We've got what? We got a little bit more time. We see a Trainer's Mail. My opponent is going to get... What is he going to get? He's going to get a Crushing Hammer. I will easily Sycamore at this... Ooh. Well, I can Sycamore at this point. He doesn't get it again! The energy denial is denying my opponent the game. Alright, we are into another Decidueye here. We can just start knocking this thing up. So we have the Darkrai here. Feather Arrows onto the Darkrai. And then we will trap him in here with the Dark Forest. Should be the game as of this turn. We have two more hits with the Dark Decidueyes, and then they will knock him out. My opponent pulled another Max Elixir. Doesn't get anything off of that one. Just not been a good turn for him. We do get the Forest of Giant Plants to negate him there. Not that I have a Dartrix, but we are just going to take out this Darkrai here, and that will be the game. That'll be match 1. Now, my opponent has easily got some power in that deck. We got the Beedrill even. My opponent has a ton of power potential here. Because he's got those Darkrai's, he can easily set up and get some damage off me early game and try and knock out those Trevenants, which will open up my Decidueyes. I have to keep an eye out for that. But if I can lock him into those Darkrai's like I did last game, I'll be able to keep this game at bay and just stall out as long as I can. So with that being said, game number 2 is on our way in just a second, and we just need to find him. Where is he? There he is. We're going to set up the battle, and here we go. Waiting for the response from UncleDorky. Waiting for the response. Here we go. No cuts, no nothing. We're good to go. Here he is. He is a good sport. He is a good friend of mine. I know playing stall is terrible, but Decidueye is really popular right now, and I thought that would be the best way to kick off TCGO battles. And again, if you guys are interested in battling me, please hit me up on my YouTube, hit me on my Twitter. I will take on so many people you don't even know. As long as we can get our timeline going together, I'm good with it. And like I said, I'll play with whatever. I'll play with whatever. I'm sure at one point I'll play Golduck. Golduck's awesome, guys. Golduck's just amazing. I love it. We have no additional Pokemon, which is fine. My opponent is probably going to have the game here because I have our little Rowlet. He got the wrong Decidueye. Wow. These Demons. All these Demons. I can actually just opt to sacrifice both. No. Ultra Ball. I'm going to go with the Sycamore and the Sycamore. We're going to get a good old Dartrix. Have a fully evolved Decidueye sitting in front of my opponent right now. Get down there. Evolved into Dartrix. Evolves into Decidueye. GX, and we're gonna go for a Via Seeker, which will get us back on those Sycamores, and we can have a nice starting hand again. We have a few mons we can play, but I actually just want to go for... I'm gonna Ultra Ball out the Lysander, and I'm gonna be nice and remove the Crushing Hammer, because I want to get a Trevenant going. Now, if I can get a Floatstone on the next turn, that would be amazing, but we are going to just get a little bit of chip damage off on Darkrai right off the start. There's 20 damage, turn 1, and here we go. My opponent has that ability to retreat, so we got to keep that in mind. He does drop a Dark Energy, and he goes for the Crushing Hammer. Does he get it this time? He does not. That is 3 Crushing Hammers that he has missed, people. Please expect if he's got a little bit of rage in him, I 100% understand. My opponent does get the Fighting Fairy Belt off of the Trainer's Mail, so my opponent will be able to survive a little bit longer. And getting rid of my my Forest of Giant Plants is fine, because I just have another one. Now, I am going to have to sacrifice one of my Decidueye here, which is bad, but better than nothing. I can actually just go for the retreat here. Or do I go for the Hollow Hunt? Is it 3? I'm in here. Let's see what my Trainer's Mail gives me. If I can get another Rowlet, I get a Floatstone. That's all I get. Okay. My opponent is not in a position to attack me, so I'd like to get that Decidueye out of the discard pile. So I'm going to go for my Hollow Hunt, grab my Decidueye. I can get an Ultra Ball. And I can get a Crushing Hammer. Now, again, I'm not in fear of my opponent attacking me right now. And this is the first time I've used Hollow Hunt. We do see the second Dark Energy hit the Darkrai in the back. We are going to have to retreat here for sure. Oh, retreat. Go into my... I didn't put 20 damage down! That was my bad. That was my bad. We do see that there. I can Ultra Ball away a Grass Energy and the... Grass Energy. Do I get rid of the N? Because I have Shaman. I can play the majority of my cards. Okay, we'll get rid of the N. It's a bad play, and my opponent doesn't have a great hand anyway. We're going to go for a Rowlet, which will give me a full line of Decidueye again. 1 evolution. Here we go. We're going to go for the Crushing Hammer. Aw, now that's not fair. That's not fair. I'm going to say that right now. That is not fair. My opponent got completely and utterly shut down because he didn't get those Crushing Hammer hits. I'm just going to say that now. I 100% admit to that. That's not fair. I got an Ultra Ball, so I can get another full line of Decidueye here if I want to. And I just might. I'm going to Ultra Ball away a Via Seeker, Trainer's Mail, get a Rowlet, and all I need is 1 flip on that Timer Ball. Now here's where the freaking Slingshot comes in. Come on, 1 hit. Yeah, we got it. We got 2, so we can pull both of them. Not that we need the second one. But we're going to start being able to get some massive damage done on this Darkrai. We are going to hit with this Feather Arrow. We're going to hit with this Feather Arrow. Whoops. And we're going to hit with the Dark Forest. Alright. like I said, my opponent does have some very strong cards, but knowing that he can't play is huge right now, because I can just keep not using my N. And it does force him into a bad position. I can just Sycamore. I'm at 17 cards, though. I really don't need... Actually, this will end the turn here. Barring the Fighting Fury Belt. And I don't think there's much my opponent can do at this point. We're going to hit for the Feather Arrows. And we are going to hit with another Dark Force, which will put him at 180 damage. Means 2 Decidueyes will knock out my opponent next turn. My opponent... No, it's not! It is not! He is going in with a fighting chance here! He's going everything he's got with that Pokemon Center Lady. That is not going to help us at all. But we still have quite a bit of damage. We're going to still hit him for 20 additional damage over the Pokemon Center Lady, which is good for us. Means he's going to have 20 damage left at the end of this turn. But we kept my opponent very much at bay here. Darkness did not get a chance to rise today, guys. I think the Forest was a little too much for it. My opponent drops a Yveltal EX at the time, gets the good old double colorless energy, so this game is not over. It is not over. Do we have any removal? We do not have the Team Flare Grunt yet. This is bad. Not that I'm in a bad position, but we're going to start hitting that good old Yveltal. Hit him for 60 right now, before he even gets a chance to come in. He needs a Dark Energy to land onto the Yveltal as well. And we are going to take out the Dark right here. Boom and boom, we get 2 prizes, Rowlet and a Beedrill. Beedrill. For those of you who didn't watch the actual deck analysis deck showcasing, Beedrill's here to get rid of tool cards, is essentially what it's here for. Alright, we got the Rowlet down. There's no Dartrix in here. Let's go for a Timer Ball. We land 1. There is none left, so I cannot get that. Our Dartrix is easily prized right now. And we have no way of getting rid of that energy. But my opponent is also very... He'll knock out my Trevenant. 80 damage onto 60. It might be close. Either way, we're going to Feather Arrow. We're going to hit him with another Feather Arrow. Putting him up to 120. It'll be 140. And the Yveltal will not have too much to go by at the end of this. He will get my Trevenant. 100% hands down will get my Trevenant. Not much I can say there. We see the Evil Ball. He hits. He's going to knock out Trevenant. He is not getting skunked in this match, guys. Good game to my opponent, though. That will be the best of 3 scenario. Once my game decides to stop glitching. I know my opponent is not the type to run, so I know it's just the game glitching right now. Here it goes. Down goes the Trevenant. A little bit of a stall. Oh my. We're going to hit the Team Flare Grunt just to kind of hit salt in the wound. Down goes the double colorless energy. But again, it will be the game regardless. We get the good old 20 damage from the good old arrows here. And that's all we need. Down goes Yveltal. We're going to scoop up 2 more prizes, and that is going to be 2 of 3 best of game. Thank you so much, UncleDorky, for coming out, playing again. This is his 2nd time on the channel, and he has been a fantastic sport every single time. And this time, he had a deck that could easily wreck shop. It's just the Decidueye's got a little bit more stall, and it really locks down the Darkrai with the ability to retreat, its ability. Because without the ability to retreat, you don't get the opportunity to go back and forth in your mons, which is exactly what he wanted to do. He just couldn't do it. But with that, though, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy this matchup. And if you guys are interested in joining part of TCGO battles, please hit me up. on my YouTube, on my Twitter. I'll take battles all the time, as long as I'm available. And hopefully you guys are enjoying this new series. But until the next time I see you guys, time out.